Broadcasting live from the Vegas Video Network studios, just steps from the Las Vegas Strip, it's Talktails! And now our host, she's our very own kaleidoscope of talent. What? It's Kelly Clinton!
Thank you so much, and welcome to Talktails on the Vegas Video Network. I am your host, Kelly Clinton Holmes. Yes. I have 3 names now. Anyway, I'm just thinking all of a sudden of Confirmation Day, but we don't have time for that right now. We have a live studio audience. Let them know you're there. I love that. It's like you're my favorite part. Today, we have such an exciting guest. I'm actually having palpitations because I've been a fan for many years. I mean, she's won so many Grammys. She's a producer, a singer. She's worked with everybody in the business. I have many of her records. They're in storage because I have nothing to play them on, but I'm getting everything on CD now as we speak. Deniece Williams, recording artist Deniece Williams, is here. Oh, that was on my bucket list. Anyway, before we meet Deniece, I want you to say hello to our Talktails Orchestra. This is Kenny Davidson, and Kenny Davidson, we have another guest. We have James Davis with us today. So the band is growing right before our very eyes. Guitar and piano. And I also want you to meet our, you got a shot of James. I want you to meet our producer, director, the owner, acting. Anyway, he owns the Vegas Video Network, Scott Whitney, ladies and gentlemen. And I got to say hi to Jacob there. I can see Jacob, too. Hi.
Hey, we don't know who this girl is. She just, showed up. And
she's very attractive.
I know.
We'll learn more about her as the show goes on.
Kelly, can I ask you a question? Do you really have palpitations?
Actually, I did. Just in that moment when I said Deniece Williams, it's like I got one of my heart rate sped up.
Because I get them a lot, and I use Xanax.
Oh, no. Oh, no, you have no idea what would happen. Seriously, isn't this crazy enough for you? Anyway, so Deniece Williams is here, and I spent this entire week learning more about her, and we have so many great conversations that are going to happen right here. But you know what happened last Monday night? I don't know if the audience knows that I host an open mic cabaret at the Bootlegger Bistro every Monday night, where all these talented people come and they share their gift with us. I have a great band, and they get up and sing. And Deniece came in, and because she's going to be working with my husband, Clint Holmes, at the Smith Center. Well, we're going to talk about that. But she came in, and I thought, this is great. And didn't plan on singing, but she was having a good time, I'm thinking. You know what I mean? And one thing led to another. I didn't bother her the whole time, and then she went, next thing you know,
Wow.
I just pulled a groin muscle.
I don't think girls pull groin muscles.
I wish you were there to witness this.
I wish I was there too.
Oh, you missed it.
I did.
Anyway, before we run out of time before the break, I want to say that I, as a redhead and a freckled person, I feel that this latest crazy incident of another fellow ginger affects me in a way.
Oh, jeez.
Actually, I'm Prince Harry. You know, I just want to say to him.
Wait, can I just say one thing? Here's what you just said. Actually, I'm Harry. Is what you just said.
I was trying to say I'm proud of Prince Harry because, you know, I mean, we have this syndrome, this kind of redheaded Opie syndrome, and we're not looked upon as sexy. And now the whole world is talking about naked Harry. And I just want to, let's give him something for that.
That's right.
Yes, we're proud of you, Harry. And I also want to say one more thing. I'm so glad I didn't grow up in the age of telephones that take pictures of all the mistakes you make in your life. Because boy, would we be rolling the clips. But in a few moments, welcome back. Deniece Williams is here on Talktails.
You know, one of the things I like best about the Vegas Video Network are the people. There are no divas here. Everyone is exactly the same off camera as they are on.
Hey guys, what's cocktail of the week this week?
You know what? I'll let you know what it is when it's time for you to know what it is. Why don't you get off the stage and get back in your production hole? Oh my God. You know what? And tell cheap-ass Whitney to get us some decent brand liquor. This hobo off-rap crap ain't cutting it. God, idiots.
Totally.
Let's hear it for... I don't dare sing Deniece Williams' song while she's sitting right next to me. Welcome back to Talktails. I'm Kelly Clinton, and my special guest today is Grammy Award-winning recording artist, actress, producer, singer, on and on and on. Deniece Williams is here. Hi.
So good to be here with you, with your crazy self. You're crazy.
You came. I am a little crazy, but you know, I know another crazy when I see
right.
it.
That's
I know
very
you got
true.
the gene.
I do. I tried to control it, but it just ekes out any old kind of way.
Don't control it here today, whatever you do.
Okay,
just
not
be.
today.
Just not today.
Okay.
Just today. Nothing's gonna get out there. It's just us. Anyway, Deniece, you have moved to Las Vegas.
I did.
How long have you been here?
I came in last November, and just wanted to come. I've been, in and out over the years here, but never really got into the city. And then I came in April of last year with a friend and began to drive through the city. I called a realtor. I said, I'm just curious. I want to see what's going on. And she took me around to a couple of neighborhoods. And, it's like living in L.A. Everybody comes and they want to visit and they think you go to Disneyland every day. You're at Disneyland. And so I got out of the Strip and just found some beautiful, beautiful neighborhoods, some wonderful people. The lifestyle moves at a pace that's a little bit slower, and I like that.
Absolutely.
And it's a friendly town.
Isn't it? See, people don't really know that.
It's a friendly
So that helps when you tell them that. We have churches, we have schools, we have grocery stores. They all have slot machines in them, but what's...
You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's so funny. I went to, Terribles, and I said, I'd like to buy a Mega Lotto ticket and a Super Lotto. Where do you keep the papers, and, where can I do my thing? He said, Miss, you are in a gaming state. I said, what does that mean? He said, we don't sell Lotto and Mega here. You can go over to the poker machines over there. And I thought, well, that's different.
Yes.
Thank you, but no thank you. Listen, you can go play poker in Vaughn's.
I know. I don't even want to talk about it right now.
But you get out of line, you can go and put your and they'll give you a Coca-Cola or something. I know. While you do it.
Like you're kidding, so you're like, you mean I don't have to pay for this?
No. While you sit there.
Yeah, until the other machine, the one with your bank card.
Oh, my.
Nothing comes out after a while.
And I've been there at 8 o'clock in the morning, and they got a crowd. It's ridiculous.
They got a bigger crowd than we have in this studio.
You see what I'm saying? And they're on those machines. It's amazing. I like it.
Stay away from that part. Anyway, we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
So you're in town.
I'm in.
Let's get the upcoming date out first, and then I have a million questions.
All right.
You have time for a million questions?
At least, some of those.
How does it come
I don't
about?
have a million answers.
Oh, well, you don't have to have all the answers.
Okay.
Or we'll do a double show today.
Okay.
But how did it come about that you're working with Clint Holmes at the Smith Center? Right, in a week from now, right? Next weekend?
In a week from next weekend, not this weekend, the following weekend. I used to watch him when he was on television. And he was the second, was it to Joan?
Joan Rivers.
To Joan Rivers. And I saw Clint. We were all swooning and falling off our chairs and doing, thinking naughty things.
Right.
We weren't doing anything, but we were thinking. And and then, my going in and off on those shows and singing and performing, got a chance to meet Clint. Always a very lovely, lovely man, very humble, very genuine. And I moved here, and I hadn't seen Clint. It had to be over, I'm not giving you my business.
Well, no.
It was a long time. Let's just say some years went by. And I happened to go see some other friends of mine the end of September, we're at the Joint here, and it's Donald Fagen, Vasquez, and Michael McDonald. So I went to see my guys, and there was Clint coming in, and we hadn't seen each other. And it was like, oh my goodness, so good to see you. And I'd heard, that he'd been here and just been here in such a huge way. And so we were catching up, and he said, I'm at the Smith Center, and I'm doing a show. And I said, can I come? I'd love to come and see the show. He said, you should come, and you should, even say hi to the people there. And that's how that whole thing came together. We were just hanging out at a concert.
And I got to tell you, he is so excited about singing with you. You sang together, like, we won't say the years, a few years ago on his show in New York.
Yes.
New York at Night, it was called.
Yes.
And you sang, I think you sang
Too Much
hit.
Too Late.
Yes.
Yeah, Too Much
And
Too
so
Late.
he said, I'd love to have her, but I don't know if she will. And you said, yes, yes, yes.
Oh, and I went to the show, and the show was just incredible. He the voice, the first thing I listen to is the voice, and just still beautiful singing, and he's a hard worker. I mean, I was tired when he got off stage. I was like, oh my God. The energy.
Yeah, he's
like, but it's the passion that he has for the music and what he does, and that shines through. And that touched the audience, and they were there, and they just loved it. And we hated to see him get off stage. I really hated to see him go.
He's my favorite. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah,
I do. I'm a big
I got
fan.
A little inkling.
Yeah. I know. I am a big fan of his, and I'm a big fan of yours too. What can we ask? What songs you're going to sing? We only have a few seconds before commercial, but
I'm going to sing my first hit, which was Free, and then Let's Hear It for the Boy, which is my biggest hit, and then, of course, Too Much, Too Little, Too Late, which was a huge success for Johnny Mathis and I, and now I get to sing it with Clint.
I am so excited, and I want to talk about each and every one of those songs and more. We're going to take a short break, but I have questions, and I also just want to say, if you ever need a singing partner, anyway, we're going to take a short break right now on Talktails. We'll be back with Deniece Williams.
Traditional radio means that after about 3 minutes, you'll tune out. Most Vegas media companies think if it doesn't jiggle, you won't tune in. At the Vegas Video Network, we think both are wrong. The Vegas Video Network is the first and only live online broadcast network that specializes in insider news and expert views about Vegas. We combine great storytelling with the ability to watch when and where you want on your computer, mobile device, or television. Discover the real Las Vegas. Visit VegasVideoNetwork.com.
Welcome back. We're sitting here with Deniece Williams, but before we get back to our conversation, we want to let you know that you can actually be a part of it. We have live chat, so you can, get on the Vegas Video Network and make contact with us. Or if you want to email us, talktails@vegasvideonetwork.com. You can catch us after the show. The next day, it's on the air from then on, Vegas Video Network, or on iTunes, YouTube, Roku, KSHP, on the radio, 1400 AM every Saturday. Welcome back, Deniece.
Yes, my dear.
I'm
telling you, you do that so well.
Wait, what did you say?
You do that so well. I'm telling you, there's not a lot of people that can make that run.
October, Smith Center, Kelly Clint Holmes, along with their special guest, Deniece Williams. My husband will kill me.
Keep me there.
Okay, so your first record was when were you 17 years old and you were still in high school?
Absolutely.
How did that happen?
Well, by accident, actually. I had a cousin. I grew up in Gary, Indiana, and I had a cousin that lived in Detroit, Michigan. And he would come, his grandmother and my grandmother were sisters, and he'd come for a week every summer to visit his grandmother. And he was so fine. I was like, look at that tall Tootsie Roll over there. Boy, oh boy.
There's some heat going on, I gotta
say. And then this is my cousin. And so we met at a family reunion, and I was saying, who's that? And they said, that's your cousin. If you get together with him, you'll have idiot children. So I said, okay. So I said, okie dokie. And so
you had to cool your jets.
I had to do something. I'd have to be baptized or something, But I went over, and John and I became really close. And he would always say every summer, you know, I know Stevie Wonder. I know Stevie Wonder. And I said, listen, everybody from Detroit say they know Stevie Wonder. Cut the crap. Let's just get down to it. Every summer, I know Stevie. I know Stevie. So I graduated from high school, went to my first year of college, and he was saying, I'm coming in the town with Stevie. We're doing a show. And I said, huh? And so he actually got me a pass. I went to the show that they were doing, and there was Stevie. And Steve says, John tells me that you can sing.
Did you just hear her say, and Steve says? All right, go on, Stevie.
Stevie says, John says you can sing. And I said, well, I've sang in the church choir, but I don't sing anywhere else. And so he said, okay, that was it. And then about 6 months passed, and I got a call from John, and he says, what are you doing? I said, man, I am no college student. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. I mean, I majored in sex and drugs.
Oh,
and so,
I took that course.
I know. It was a good one, wasn't it?
The trouble years. No cell phone pictures, but go on.
Okay, yeah, no, none of that. No, but you know, church girl, they let me loose 600 miles away from home, so I got buck wild. Anyway, he said, Stevie's auditioning for background singers if you're not doing it. And I thought, you know what, I'll come and I'll try, but I don't think I'm going to get it. There were 26 of us that auditioned, and I was one of the 3 that got chosen. So I went on the road and started traveling with Stevie. Amazing. All the time, though, I'm thinking, I'm going to go back and get my nursing degree. You know, singing with Stevie Wonder, I'd rather do bedpans, you know.
Did you really think you'd rather, or did you think, well, this is fun, but I have to have a backup plan? Is that what was really happening?
No, actually, I was trying to stay out of the weenie roast of hell.
Oh, the weenie roast of hell.
Yeah, that one, because, you know, growing up in a very strict religious home, if you sang anything but gospel or Christian music, you were just like going to end up on the spigot. So I was trying to avoid the spigot.
They didn't actually let you sing in church for a while, right? Because
I got put out.
The devil music?
I was singing devil music. They put me out of the choir. I was in 5 choirs. They took my choir and told me I couldn't.
Choir card?
They took my choir card, my membership card. And it was really, really tough, you know, because I was so conflicted with being out there with Stevie. And I'd been out with him, I guess, about 3 months. And 3 months into being out with him, he became the opening act for the Rolling Stones.
You're kidding?
No, I was only out with him 3 months.
Okay, you became the opening act for
He became. Stevie then, after being a background singer with him for 3 months, he then opened up 3 months later as the opening act for the Rolling Stones. And boy, I'm telling you, what's that Dr. John song? I was in the right place, but it must have been the wrong song. I sang that one a lot, you know.
What was it intimidating working with Timmy? With Stevie?
It was Timmy, all right.
Yeah, Timmy Wonder.
You know, Stevie was always good because I felt at home in that situation. But being out there with the Rolling Stones, one of the largest groups ever, and you know, and just the mace and the crowds and the police and the hysteria. I'd never seen any of that in my nightmares, you know, let alone in my dreams.
Yeah, you were just, I was a long way from church and the choir and
long way
school.
from Indiana, yeah.
Well, when we come back, I know that you ended up having your own recording career, but it kind of crossed over during that time, and we'll ask you about that when we come back on Talktails with recording artist Deniece Williams, my new best friend. Yeah, we do.
This is David Ivey from Pub Crawl. It's funny because it's David from. You should just leave it on. Hi, I'm David Ivey from Pub Crawl, and you're watching the Vegas Video Network. And scene.
We're having such a good time with Deniece Williams. Oh, we're going to get together often after this.
That's right. We are.
So you're with the Wonder Man.
I'm with the Wonder Man.
You're recording. You've met and worked with everybody in the industry at this point.
Yes, through Stevie.
And through Stevie. Mm-hmm. And then where you were going to record, is that what was happening? The Wonder Love Band you were a part of?
We were supposed to record a project, and so we were getting together and we were writing songs. And one day I was up and I was just singing this little thing, wanna be free, free, free. And we just started writing all of this music. And so Stevie heard the song, and one night he gave Wonderlove 10 minutes to perform, and that was one of the songs we sang. And sitting on the front row was Maurice White, Philip Bailey from Earth, Wind and Fire. Oh. And so they came backstage, and I said, I'm a songwriter, and I write all these songs, and I wrote some songs for you guys. And so I gave him my little cassette tape. Here's some songs for Earth, Wind and Fire. And about 2 to 3 weeks later, I get a call from Maurice White's, Earth, Wind and Fire's manager, and they say, we're looking for a solo female act for our record label, and we'd like to talk to you. And I was saying, I don't want to sing. I just want to write them. I don't want to sing. And they said, what? And that conversation went on for about a year, but I finally ended up, because my writing partner said, are you crazy? Go and sing these songs. Somebody needs to sing these songs. Baby needs shoes. And so, I got my first recording contract, and I was so shocked because it just, I sold about $1.5 million right out with the first project, which is a blessing and a hard thing at the same time. But
you mean because it's an overwhelming experience of the fame or the pressure or the...
Well, because I was just hanging out with my friends and writing and having fun, and drinking Stolish Nye and whatever. And
do we have any of that here?
And we wrote these incredible songs. We wrote incredible music, and we did demos. And the next thing, I had this big hit, and I turned into a recording artist. And I love that, and I thank God for it. But the thing that I actually had the most fun and loved to do was hanging out with my friends and writing these songs.
Right.
And it was quite a while. It was quite a while with my having to tour. It was, thank God, it was a #1 hit for 13 weeks in the UK and in Japan. So off of that first project, I saw the world, and it was a wonderful thing, but it was a hard thing at the same time.
But when you have a voice, you have just a gift from heaven. Your voice, you have like over 5-octave range.
No, 4.
Well,
I'm down to 4.
I read something, though, where you actually recorded with Minnie Riperton.
Oh, Minnie and I,
and that you were singing above, and they were kind of blown away by that. Yeah, they said, hey, dumb it down a little bit.
Yeah. I didn't know, I'm in the studio, and she's there, and I knew her from Rotary Connection, so I'm just singing, and they tell me to do this little thing behind her, and I just, did my thing, and then when we came out, they said, you were above Minnie, and I said, that's impossible. That's impossible. But she inspired, when you inspire people, you drive them, and that's what I'm hoping that I've done with artists. I hear a lot of the artists.
Oh, yeah.
They'll say, I listen to Deniece Williams now. A lot of times I'm saying, she did, because I don't hear anything of me, but it's their interpretation of what we as artists have given to them, and that's an honor.
You even inspired another artist. You inspired Johnny Mathis. When I watched an interview last night where he was saying that you had let's try this, Johnny, let's try that, and that he was comfortable singing the melody, and that you just worked that magic, and the song was the first one.
Too Much, Too Little, Too Late. Yeah,
such a beautiful song.
Was a beautiful song. He was just incredible to work with. He's probably the most humble person I've ever met. He was genuine. He came in and he told me, he said, I've never sang a duet before, and I'm really nervous. He says, I said, you're nervous. You're the legend, and you're nervous. I had my second project was out, but he knew all of my music. He knew the songs. He was singing some of my songs. He made it feel so comfortable, and he made me so relaxed. So what he said, you've worked with Stevie, and you've been a background singer. Tell me what to do. Tell me what to sing. And we just fell in love with each other. I absolutely just adore him. He is my baby.
Yeah, and that's what he said about you on these interviews. Is there any way we can get a teeny bit of something, a little? We only got 20 seconds left. Just go ahead and play a little bit and see if she... No pressure.
Oh, that's your phone. Are you going to sing with me?
Sure, I'll try.
Okay, come on.
I don't know it.
My baby, he don't talk sweet. He ain't got much to say.
You got that right, Deniece.
But he loves me, loves me, loves me. I know that he loves me in the old way.
What's the next line?
And maybe he don't dress fine. And maybe he don't dress fine. But I don't really mind. 'Cause every time he pulls me near, 'cause every time he pulls me near, I just wanna cheer. Let's hear for the boy.
Deniece
Let's give the boy a hand.